I can't believe I'm saying this, but talking about your problems doesn't help. I used to be a therapist, and I talked with my clients about their problems. I had an emotional, psychological, professional and personal breakdown in slow motion when I realized that constantly dwelling on your past and rehearsing the issue doesn't really help the issue. Okay, there's an element here where you need to tell your story, right? But you can do that with your friends. You can really name your pain. You can do that with yourself. So I'm not saying therapy is completely useless. But what I'm saying is that after telling your story and understanding your story enough for you, there's a time to move on and living your life. You know, start living your life. When you constantly talk about the same thing over and over again, you're keeping yourself stuck. Part of healing is about reinventing yourself, and it's an art, you know. And therapy is like learning the theory, right? And then living your life is like applying the theory. So make sure, if you're in therapy or if you're constantly talking to your friends about your problems, same thing over and over. Or if you're healing your trauma and constantly talk about your trauma, right? Maybe this is how you keep yourself dysregulated. Because being part of healing industry and being part of therapy for too long can make you stuck in this mode of, oh, I need healing, I need to be talking about it. No. Learning to move on is part of reinventing yourself into the healed version, right? And yes, there's pain and there's sadness and there's empathy, of course, but also there's joy. There's enthusiasm for life. There's love. If we're talking self-love and the wisdom that everyone is trying to embody, make sure you know that loving yourself sometimes, it's about ending things, having your closure, closing the chapter, turning the page of the book of your life. I used to say to my clients, sometimes the best things in life happen after therapy. You know, because people say, oh, the therapy is the best thing that happened to me or the best thing I've done for myself. Why? No, there's more. There's better. There is more expansion. Life is not about talking about problems, right? So off you go. Enjoy your life. Have your closure. Stop talking about your problems. Stop rehearsing them. Open your eyes to how much beauty you are surrounded with, because it makes you focus on your pain, on your deficiencies. And sometimes, you know, it's that thing of not enough of something, of healing, of therapy, of products, consumption. You can't regulate your nervous system by keeping yourself dysregulated. You can't make yourself unstuck without ending something that keeps you stuck, right? And close the door. Close the door to the past. And that's your wisdom, knowing when to move on and knowing when to start enjoying what you've learned and embodying your wisdom. Never give up on yourself.